It was the possibility of darkness that made the day seem so bright. Stephen King, The Dark Tower. Duality. Funny, I feel that word has been a mainstay in my life for some time. Especially now, and especially this past year. See, this last year was both unbelievably rewarding and unbelievably difficult. In February, I shot my first feature film solely as the cinematographer. And as a director, I had also started pre-production on my second feature, along with my partner and wife, Emily Bennett. Much like our first feature, Alone with You, we would co-write and co-direct. Production would begin later that year. But then, from April to August, I signed on to a television show that would take me away from my home and my wife for weeks at a time. Often going to places across the globe we always dreamed to go together. Don't get me wrong, the show was one of the most fulfilling experiences I've ever had in television. I can't yet speak about it, but my crew was amazing. My producers were truly creative partners through it all, and I cannot wait to share this with the world. But I was away from my wife often, from April to August. 5 months on the road while getting to be home a week here and a week there, all while we were trying to prep a film ready to shoot by September. I know that this was hard on her, and it broke my heart. The film, however, went off without a hitch. A truly wonderful experience with an amazing crew, a handful of weeks I'll treasure for the rest of my life. But only a few weeks after the shoot was done, well, I stopped breathing on the evening of November 11th. An asthmatic since I was 24, this would be the worst asthma attack I've ever had, and a case my doctors have not seen in over a decade. These miracle workers helped me breathe by hand for hours, while my wife had to have conversations about what to do upon my death. I hate that for her. I'd be in the ICU for days, kept under a drug-induced coma while a machine breathed for me. And nearly 1 week later, I would take my first unassisted breath. Only a few days after that, I'd get to go home. Life started feeling a bit more normal. I had a million doctor's appointments to attend, but it was time to take my health seriously. So that'd be, I just got finished with my third or fourth doctor's visit since my visit to the ICU. And so it's gonna take some work. I don't love it, but you know, this is my new reality. Is I'm 42 years old. I cannot survive without medical assistance. So, you know, that's gonna suck if ever we get into a post-apocalyptic zombie situation. That's gonna really blow. But let's hope it doesn't come to that. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't a kid anymore. I had turned 42 days before being hospitalized. But life was moving forward, and my wife and I welcomed the new year. Even when it's cold, this place is pretty magical. And then, the evening of December 25th, I lost a little piece of my heart. Barker had been my best friend for 12 years. He had traveled from Boston to New York with me, and having him in my life was one of the greatest gifts I've ever been given. My heart was broken, and a little piece of my soul left with that beautiful little boy. I came into the new year so conflicted. There was so much in 2023 to be proud of, but also much to mourn, and a lot I needed to change. Life is rarely black and white. We can't treat it as such. We need to recognize our struggles, but also celebrate every victory and make changes when needed. I needed to be with my wife more this year. She's my home. She's my favorite person in this world, and I want to share every moment I can with her. I also want to dive even deeper into my craft this year, so I've started shooting film again. 35mm stills, 8mm motion picture, and Super 8 as well. My hope is to dive even deeper this year and perhaps make that a central focus on this channel. By the end of the year, I'd love to be shooting 16mm and, God willing, 35 motion picture film. Life needs goals. We need a mountain to climb, even in our day-to-day. They say idle hands are the devil's playground. Well, my devil is a depression I fall into if I feel stagnant, without direction. So I try and keep myself motivated no matter how small the goal. Hello. So we're headed to the falls in this dense fog to
power station.
Take more photos with the 35mm. Emily's got a 35mm film. Perhaps that's why I'm a collector of hobbies. Happiness to me is constantly learning, constantly changing, always looking forward to a new project. Maybe this video is a part of that. But this year's goal to dive deeper into film is certainly a part of that. Something to fall back into when work goes quiet, which is something that happens often in my industry. All this is to say I'm hopeful for 2024. I can't wait to share all the projects I've been working on, and I can't wait to dive deeper into my passions and this channel as well. There's so much in this life I have yet to do. Nearly losing all that has left me with a greater appreciation for, well, everything. My love, my family, my health, and my passions in life. This is filmmaking. I think things in life tend to be scariest right before they start. The anticipation of the roller coaster as it crests its first ascent. So now, when things get scary, when things start feeling overwhelming or all too much, that's when I start wondering what wonderful change is on the horizon. I dive deeply into hope. I suppose the best way this has been said is the classic, "It's always darkest before the dawn." There's so much out there in front of me. So much life I have yet to live, and I am excited for all of it. Looking onto that horizon, I can see that dawn. And it is so unbelievably bright.